On a chilling Halloween night in a small forgotten village, in the heart of South Korea, the streets were devoid of children's laughter, and the air was thick with an unsettling silence. The village, known as Mireuk-ri, had a sordid history, with tales of the supernatural and unexplained phenomena that had haunted its people for generations. NG, a young woman known for her adventurous spirit, had recently moved to Mireuk-ri to escape the hustle and bustle of city life. She had heard whispers about the village's dark past, but she dismissed them as mere superstitions. She decided to host a Halloween party in her newly purchased old eerie house. That was the talk of the village. As the sun dipped below the horizon, on that fateful Halloween evening, NG's guests began to arrive, lured by the promise of a unique experience. Her friends had heard tales of ghostly apparitions that wandered the village streets, and some believed that the old house was cursed. But the prospect of a Halloween party in such an enigmatic setting was too enticing to pass up. The old house was a looming structure with moss-covered stones and creaky wooden floors. NG had decorated it with cobwebs, flickering candles, and macabre artworks. Her friends, dressed in an array of costumes, mingled nervously, unsure of what to expect. As the night wore on, NG decided to share a local legend with her guests. She spoke of the lost children of Mireuk-ri, a story that sent shivers down their spines. The legend told of children who had mysteriously disappeared on Halloween night many years ago, only to reappear as vengeful spirits, seeking to claim the souls of the living. With nervous laughter and disbelieving glances, the partygoers ventured deeper into the old house. The atmosphere grew darker and more oppressive as they explored the dimly lit rooms, stumbling upon eerie artifacts and hidden secrets. Every now and then, a gust of icy wind blew through the house, extinguishing candles and chilling their hearts. Around midnight, as the partygoers gathered in the living room, NG decided to conduct a seance to summon the spirits of the lost children. She dimmed the lights and lit a circle of black candles, then asked her guests to join hands. A heavy sense of foreboding descended upon them as they chanted incantations to connect with the other world. Suddenly, the room grew cold, and the candles flickered erratically. NG gasped, her voice trembling as she claimed to feel a presence. Her guests exchanged uneasy glances, fearing that they had awakened something beyond their control. The seance continued, growing more intense with each passing moment. It was then that they heard faint whispers coming from the corners of the room. The lost children seemed to respond to the summons, their disembodied voices recounting the horrifying story of their fate. The darkness around them deepened, and the air grew heavy with an ominous energy. The room began to distort and contort, and the guests realized they were no longer alone. Ghastly apparitions of children, shrouded in tattered clothing, materialized before them. Their hollow eyes bore into the souls of the living, their mournful cries echoing in the night. Panic swept through the room as the spirits of the lost children reached out their cold, ethereal fingers brushing against the flesh of the living. NG, her eyes filled with terror, attempted to end the seance, but it was too late. The spirits had become corporeal, and they hungered for revenge. The room descended into chaos as the lost children began to claim their first victims. Guests were pulled into the walls, their anguished screams silenced by the darkness. Desperate to escape, the survivors scattered, but the malevolent spirits pursued them relentlessly through the haunted house. Amid the terror and pandemonium, NG realized that her Halloween party had unleashed a curse she could not control. She fled from room to room, chased by the relentless spirits of the lost children. As the clock struck 3 a.m., the house was filled with the echoes of her final, blood-curdling scream. The next morning, the sun rose over Mireuk-ri, revealing a village that was once again shrouded in an eerie silence. No one would ever speak of the Halloween party that had gone horribly wrong. NG's old eerie house was abandoned again, its history forever tainted by the malevolent spirits that now dwelled within its walls. And so, the legend of the lost children of Mireuk-ri lived on, a chilling tale of a Halloween party that had become a nightmare. A curse that would forever haunt the forsaken village. To this day, the villagers avoid the old house, fearful of awakening the spirits that lurk within, waiting to claim their souls.